Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný. Today I have for you another brilliant chess game of two brilliant chess players. Magnus Carlsen with white pieces and David Navara with black pieces. Maybe a few words about David Navara. David Navara is one of the strongest and most famous Czech chess players in Czech chess history, and of course in his best days he belonged to top 20 players on the world, and still, even he is a little bit older, he is still great and he is still playing amazing chess. So this game is game between Magnus and David, and Magnus playing with white pieces at the end of this game is going to lose his game. So let's watch this game till end, because it's not such a common picture to see Magnus Carlsen to lose with white pieces, but of course that's life and everybody is human, so nobody is a robot or engine, so everybody is losing once per time. So now white is playing a typical Magnus Carlsen's opening. Magnus is usually not looking forward to have a big advantage, big edge. He's still looking for playable position with chances to outplay his opponent, and if I'm going to watch this position, I'm absolutely sure that Magnus is happy. Maybe another chess player will not be happy after this opening moves, because this is not a big edge for white, but Magnus is happy, and of course he's trying to outplay his opponent. Bishop e3 and c5. If I'm going to tell you something about this position, I will tell you that I don't understand at all. White's got a slight edge. Of course, it's a big question. What is doing this black's dark squares? Bishop on d6. What is doing this bishop on c8? And of course, nearly all black pieces are not very well placed, and black has to do good job to find good squares for his pieces, and that's exactly the most important plan in our middle games position. Think about our pieces, think where our pieces has to go, and that's exactly the difference between good and bad chess player, or not good and bad, but stronger and weaker chess players, because a stronger chess players is working with his pieces, and weaker doesn't care a lot about his pieces, and that's the reason why we love games of amazing chess players. So now rook b8 and king h8, and if I'm going to play another few more moves, the difference between white rooks and black rooks is giving hope that black is absolutely okay. Maybe not absolutely, and maybe white's got slight edge. Yes, of course, why not to believe that white's got slight edge, but step by step, move by move, I think that black is not facing big difficulties. Black has not weaknesses. Black's got two bishops, and his rooks are maybe stronger or more active than white's rooks. And Magnus Carlsen is going to open this position, and if I can, I think that this is not the best plan ever, because as I remember, my coach, he every time told me, if you have stronger pieces, if you have advantage, let's go and open position. But at the other side, if you have not good pieces, if you are not ready for a fight, never ever open position. And now Magnus Carlsen is going to take on c5, and of course this position is going to be more open than before, and now d4. Yes, still Magnus Carlsen is going to push this position for more than level or more than slight edge, but still I don't believe, and I don't have the feeling that white's pieces are doing a good job. And that's usually critical, because if one player is going to open position and if this player is not ready for a fight because of his passive pieces, I think that this is a risky strategy, and doesn't matter if white is Magnus Carlsen or me, still this strategy is a little bit more risky. So bishop a4, a beautiful move, and now David is going to open his position. And of course I understand why, because as everybody knows, two bishops in open position are strong. So okay, this position has been opened, and where are white's rooks? Where is white's attack? And black is still okay because I can't find any of black weaknesses. And what about white's weaknesses? What about these 2 pawns? What about these squares? And what about white's king, who is without any defenders? I think that black has lots of play to play against white weaknesses, but I'm missing white's attack against anything there. And after b6, okay, why not? And now bishop f4. I have the feeling that black pieces are going to be more and more active, and white has to defend his position. And that's the first sign that something went wrong for white, and maybe black is hoping for more than only to get a draw. So g3, exchange. Now rook d8 and knight d3. As I told you, this square is a weak square, and this knight is absolutely the strongest black piece ever. So now David Navarra is going to sack his knight on f2. And that's a brilliant move. Of course, the idea behind this move is move c5, and this bishop on d4 is dead bishop. But anyway, after this move, white's king is going to be weak king, and weak king sometimes is dead king, and dead king mean victory for us. So okay, knight f2, nice and strong, and c5. Now queen c4 and queen e8. Of course, this bishop was hanging, and it was interesting or important for David to fight over light squares, because if you are going to watch this position, lots of light squares are weak, and that's now David's plan, to attack white light squares. And you will see that light squares are now the biggest key for black's victory. And maybe now it's interesting how David is going to play this position, because of course he is going to outplay his opponent on light squares. And maybe it looks like, okay, this is difficult to me to understand why these light squares are weak. But it's not that difficult, because black is missing light squares bishop, and his pawns are sitting on dark squares. So around nearly all white's pawns are weaknesses, and that's exactly the target of black's attack. So knight f3, why not, and exchange. And now rook c8. Yes, still I have to show you this picture. Difference between white's rooks and black's rooks is still there. And even this is a small difference, even this is a small edge for black. White is still behind, and I don't believe that white is happy. Of course, white's plan one day is to push his pass pawn, and that's the most typical plan, to play for pass pawn, d5, d6, d7, d8. Yes, that's strong, but what about light squares weaknesses? What about weaknesses around white's king? And that's exactly the question of attack and counter attack. So White's attack has to be to support his pass pawn and believe in endgame, and Black's counter attack has to be planned against White's king. And now it's a question to be or not to be, who has right. So okay, now queen d3 check, makes sense, and now rook c8. Maybe it was not bad at all to play queen h5, and now still the same variation. Now rook b2 and rook c2, and I think that yes, White's position is much more dangerous than White's plan, and Black's attack seems like to be winning attack. Okay, so let's come back because we are back in our main game. Now rook c8 and now bishop b5, queen d7, finally attack to 7 rank and to light squares, and after this exchange h6, of course, bishop c6. Now let's watch light squares. Lots of light squares are here in a danger, and White has to be really careful. I think that White is losing in all variations here, and even he got a strong pass pawn on d6. Yes, this pawn is not too far from d8, and that's still the biggest White's hope. I think that Black's counter attack is much more stronger, and we are going to see beautiful Black's victory. So queen f5, queen f6, rook f8, and after this Magnus Carlsen resigned. Beautiful game of two strong chess players. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you can remember something nice from this game. I think that we can remember light square strategy. We can remember something when it's good to open position and when it's not good to open position. We can remember difference between rooks as an important factor in our chess games, and of course we can remember how is important attack and counter attack, and that's exactly the main idea of this video, to see beautiful game and to remember something, and hopefully you enjoyed. And if yes, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.